Welcome back to my YouTube channel, guys. Today I'm going to be reviewing the SH Figuarts, the new red and blue suit, aka the final swing suit from Spider-Man No Way Home. Stay till the end to learn a random fact. Okay guys, today is the day that I review the Spider-Man No Way Home final swing suit. And I kind of waited to get on this one. I will tell you my reasons later in the video. Some pictures of them on the sides and stuff. There's the top, there's the front, the back, all the normal action figure box stuff, warning and company stuff. So now, let's get to it, and I will tell you what I like about him and what I don't like about him. Here's Spidey in his new red and blue costume. The blue very shiny. Looking really nice with the paint job and stuff. So, let's take a closer look at his accessories, and then we will look at the big boy himself. Here are all of his accessories. He comes with these spread out hands. Pretty nice looking. This web pattern, he comes with the ball crawling hands, which are kind of new to me. Like the integrated suit came with these types of hands. These are kind of new because I'm used to the more of this type, but a little different for the wall crawling hands. More like this hand for wall crawling, but they're just a tad bit different than this. But I like these wall crawling hands. They're pretty good. They seem to work and make more sense because you'd have his hand on the ground instead of spread out like this if you're wall crawling for the most part. Comes with thwippers. He comes with web grabbing hands. He comes with this tool to get his back piece out and put this in for a stand that he doesn't come with.
What?
There we are, but I'm not gonna leave that there. I'm gonna take that out and put his spider back in. It comes with a squinting eyes head. Hang on. Comes with the squinting eye head. Nice looking, like he's mean and about to do business. Comes with this long holding web, swinging web. Comes with a short slipping web. Pretty clear, translucent maybe, or clear. He comes with a longer one, and plus fisted hands. They did not forget to include these with him, which is good plus. So now let's look at the figure himself. Here he is out of the packaging, and the fisted hands are going to be the hands that he comes with when you first take him out of the packaging. And this extra head that he came with is like the heads are made like the integrated suit, but to where the eyes, it seems like they don't want you to take the eyes out of the heads for these. For these. So that's why it comes with two heads and not eyes like the integrated suit. So you have the squinty eyes and the wide open eyes or normal eyes. Seems like they glued these eyes in. I've picked a little at it, but don't really want to try to damage it or anything. But there are his insides. See, the eyes are kind of in the same way as the integrated suit one too. But that's why he comes with two heads, and his head holder piece is longer than integrated suit here. So there's another thing that's different about him. So first, let's get rid of my biggest gripe that I have about him, and that is the back spider. So for it to look good, you have to leave it like right there, which Spider-Man is constantly moving and bending in a lot of crazy ways, so you need to have him bend down like that. That kind of looks not very good there, but the paint is a really good shiny paint, and the paint does the blue shininess depends on the lighting you have, so it could be a little bit darker or brighter than this blue, or could be darker and lighter depending on the light. They just needed to not have the butt of the spider and the bottom of the head there and the going in. And this belt thing they did, which I could have lived with that. Just the spider, the double spider is what is really not looking good for me, and what my biggest gripe is about him. And they could have put blue paint on his in his elbow pits joint. That would make it look better, but the paint is really good. Paint job's really good. There are a little bit of mess-ups here and there though, and the paint probably will rub off eventually. So got a little blue paint on the top of his bottom right there, that blue, or that dot there. Little blue paint there, and a little red paint right there near his leg, that little spot there. And he's got I found a little red paint on his calf there near the red part of the top of his boot, which you have to be really looking for those types of mess ups, but I just happened to notice those things about him. So now let's look at his articulation. So his head goes up about this far. He goes down about that far. He can tilt his head side to side, and he got all the way around. Oop. And I noticed that they didn't put the black line all the way to his eye there, but you have to be really looking for those, and it's not on everyone's, so that's a good thing too. And for this suit, I wish the blue was a little bit darker, and he needs a web line right there on his chest. It just seems bare there, but that's my problem with the suit in general, and not the figure. The figure is designed off the movie, so it's just the suit that I have that problem with. The web there and the blue. You probably could make the blue a little darker and still have it shiny, I think. And so his arms go all the way around like this, and go all the way around. His arm can go all the way up into like a Y shape. He's got his bicep swivel, double jointed elbow, double jointed elbow. Oh, and I saw that he does have a blue right there on the red part of his elbow there, which is another paint scuff or whatever it is there. He's got the double jointed elbows. His hand can go all the way around, and depending on where you have this joint here, it can go in any direction that you want. And his diaphragm, he can crunch down really good. You can crunch down amazingly. So you can crunch down about there, which is really good. And he can go back about that far. Most of the time it's the going back that they do more than going forward, but on this guy he can go forward more than he can go backwards, which is pretty nice. But he doesn't go side to side as much as the first two with Andrew and Toby, where they have the side by side there on the top and a little bit on the bottom, which he has a little bit on the bottom. They don't have that. So he's kind of made like the integrated suit top, where they don't have it doubled, and it has just the one and the joint there that goes up and down like that, kind of like the wrist peg there. So you would have to turn that to go side to side. So that is what his top is like that I saw on a video. So he's made like this, but a little better, the integrated suit, but better in my opinion, quite a bit better. He's very good, or has very good articulation. See, he does have a little bit of the bottom, and if you turn it, it helps too. So that kind of helps with the side problem there. And I have made him crack a few times, which hopefully that isn't too serious of a problem. So he has movable butt cheeks, just a little bit though, not as much as some of the others, but just a little there. Kind of move with the leg. He can do the forward split. He can go this far out and do the splits this far. He's got double jointed knees, and his belt piece is a type of rubberish at the top, or the belt piece there is rubber, so it can kind of move around and give you more motion. So look at that. Woo! Got double jointed knees, and I seem to really like the SH Figuarts ankles. They just seem strong and flexible, so you can go all the way around depending on where you have that joint. You can spin there, you can go forward that much, go up that much. He's got his bendy toes there. It can make it look like he rolled his ankle and stuff. And he's got his thigh swivel here, which is pretty good. Not so much going in. Not sure if that's just a stiff figure, or if it's not supposed to go in. You just have to experiment there. I think it's not supposed to go in, it seems like to me. He got his butterfly joints are phenomenal. He can go over his hands, his arms can go over each other, and they don't go back on the SH Figuarts Spider-Man, the Spider-Man. They don't seem to go back as much. So there's that. So overall, he's really good articulation. Don't know why they would change the top part of him though. Sometimes some things they change that they don't need to change, and then sometimes they change the things that they don't need to change, but they need to keep those. Like they should have kept this top part, like on Andrew and Toby there. Oops. And I really wish that spider on the back there wasn't painted like that. That's my biggest issue with him. That spider there. Everything else I could live with. Well, I am living with it now, and I'm living with the spider there, but the spider is just a really annoying there. Everything else would be a gripe, but you just have to deal with it and be fine with it. So, let's take a look at some comparisons. Here is the Final Swing suit next to the 2-pack Peter and Ned from Marvel Legends, and the integrated suit from SH Figuarts. And the Marvel Legends is the tallest out of the three. Oops. Which walks, because the shoes could make him taller there. And then he's even taller than the other SH Figuart, but really close in height. So there he is next to these two, or other times of himself, the past and the past. So let's take a look at two more. Here he is next to the Ned Leeds from the Peter and Ned pack, and the MJ from Spider-Man No Way Home from Marvel Legends. These three look good together. They're all about the same height, which isn't totally accurate, but that's okay. They seem to walk really good together. So they are together. Oops, Spidey fell again. Okay, now let's look at the last two figures. Here he is next to Tobey Maguire and Andrew Garfield's Spider-Man. And him compared to these two, he is the brightest out of them. More comic booky, which that's what they were going for. And their height seems to go really well too. Andrew Garfield being the tallest one, and then Tobey and Tom being about the same height. And at first I didn't really want to get this figure, but after a little convincing I decided to get him. And I'm glad I got him because he's really good. I hope Mayfax makes those though. But for now, this will be the Spider-Man of the new red and blue suit, because this suit is really a good suit too. But I do wish he did have a web line right there across his chest there. Seems bare there. And the blue just a little bit darker. But I really like this figure, and the suit looks really good. Looks just like a classic Spider-Man and all that stuff. All the stuff you would want him to do. So now let's wrap this video up. Alright folks, for this one, you might want to sit down. Brace yourselves, as this random fact is about polar bears. According to Google, the polar bear's skin is black and their fur is clear. That means their clothes are basically invisible.
What?
So, have fun with that information, and peace.